Welcome back to Deck to the Halls.
On today's episode, we are joined by Melissa DeTora and AirballMTG for a very special Secret Santa game. Each player has brought to the table a deck built for someone else.
And of course, around these times, we're always very thankful for our sponsors, Coolstuffinc, EDHRec, and Ultimate Guard, but more on them later in the video.
That's enough from us. Let's go ahead and meet the players. Hello everyone, I'm MTGNerdGirl, and today for Airball, I built Nicobolus the Ravager. I built this deck because Airball's been talking about wanting to build it for a really long time, and I decided to go ahead and build it for him to make sure that he didn't build it too mean.
Hey. He's so cute. Look at him. Oh, I can't wait. I am Airball, and I play Pioneer and Standard mostly, but I have played a few times on the channel, and Veggie, I think I know you well enough to give you this. I have built you Zedru the Great-Hearted, because if there's one thing I know about you, it's that you like drawing cards and losing the game. And that is what this deck does. So he also is going to try to give away some mean things. And I think that's sensible too, because you like playing with bad cards, and it's only fair that we should as well.
Yeah, gifts for everyone. Well, speaking of gifts, hi, I'm Veggiewagonyee, always a gift. Melissa, I've built for you Gilwaine Casting Director. You know, that gift that you gave to everyone in the Eldraine precons. Well, I'm re-gifting it to you, but I took it a little bit different of an approach. I had a lot of fun with it playing on the show, and I thought it was super interesting. So with this different take, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun too.
Thanks. Hey everyone, I'm Melissa. I am a senior game designer at Wizards of the Coast, and I built for NerdGirl Ariette of the Charmed Apple with this fancy art. And from what I know about NerdGirl, she loves Orzhov, she loves Life Drain, and she loves enchantments. So when I saw this, I was like, this is just everything. How could I not build this? So NerdGirl, this is for you.
I'm so excited. I've been wanting to play this commander since I saw it. We hope you've enjoyed these weekly episodes of Decked Out this holiday season. And if you would like to help keep Decked Out weekly, you can head on over to our Patreon.
It could be Christmas year-round. We are very close to our goal of bringing the show to weekly episodes. We just need your help.
So head on over, check out the exclusive perks like signed tokens from the cast, spell table games with us, and even submit deck lists for us to play here on the show.
All right, now it's time for a little holiday magic. All right, we ready to play a game?
Let's do it. Let's see who goes first. Oh my goodness.
Natural 20.
All right.
It really is Christmas.
It beats out my 5.
All right, let's get started. I'm going to play this Temple of Deceit, Scry for turn. I don't want to put that on the bottom, so I'm not. I'm going to keep that on top. It's a bad decision, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I will go and just play a swamp and pass the turn to Melissa.
All right, I will play a forest and play a Birds of Paradise and pass the turn to Veggie.
I'm going to play this Scalding Tarn, and I'm going to pay a life and crack it.
I'm actually kind of scared of Veggie because if Airball built Veggie's deck, it's probably much better than what Veggie usually plays.
I'm giving you the gift of a win.
And I'm going to find this Hallowed Fountain and shock myself for an Esper Sentinel. So when you all cast your first non-creature spell for each turn, you're going to have to pay 1, or I'm going to draw a card.
What are you playing over there? Some modern
It's
or something?
modern.
Yeah. Modern, where you start at 37. I'll pass the turn.
Good old Zedru affinity over there. That sounds like a thing that you might do. I'm just going to play this mountain for turn, and I'll pass.
I will never let Veggie have that because I'm stubborn. Plains, and I'm going to go ahead and start with a Saram, Senior Edificer. 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever I cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, I get to draw an extra card.
Sweet.
And I will pass.
Okay. I would like to play a command tower, so now my mana is perfect. And then, here comes Gilwaine Casting Director. When he comes into play, or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under my control, I can assign one of 3 different roles to that creature. And I'm not going to read the whole card because there's a lot of words on this card, but I do have to make a choice now of who I want this guy to be, and I think I'm going to make him a princess. So he's going to get a royal role, I will pass the turn.
We won't be mean yet. I'm just going to play a mountain and tap 2 for a Talisman of Progress. And I'll go to combat. And thanks for the gift, Airball. Here's one for you.
Yep, no, I appreciate that regifting. I'll take one.
I'll pass.
All right, let's just play this Blightstep Pathway on black and pay 2 for an Arcane Signet. I will pay the 1 to deny you the card draw. And I'll pass.
Let's start with a Castle Lochthwain. It'll come into play untapped because I do control Swamp. And I'm just going to play my commander, Area of the Charmed Apple. Each creature that's enchanted by an aura I control can't attack me or planeswalkers I control. And at the beginning of my end step, each opponent loses X life, and I gain X life, where X is the number of auras I control. Now, don't get too scared, guys. I'll be honest, I have no auras in my hand. But we're going to go ahead and attack with Saram. Veggie, this one's for you.
Thanks. Also, I feel like I've heard many, many times, specifically from you, don't worry though, guys. I don't have this thing and then just draws into it immediately.
That's cute, but you need one more life. Thanks. Your turn, Melissa. I made a little bit of a mistake keeping an opening hand with no enchantments, but I had Saram in it. I figured the enchantments would come, but if I don't find one soon, I might just be out of this game.
All right. Gilwain is going to attack very soon. He has Ward 1, and I'm saying that because there is no reminder text on this card. I will play Iganjo, Seed of the Empire. Sometimes it kills a creature, but today it's a land. I'll begin by attacking Airball for 3.
And I will take that damage, Melissa. How much was it? 3?
3 damage.
1, 2, 3.
Commander. Yeah, Gilwain is going to go.
Gilwain's not going to... Yeah, he's not going to deal 21 commander damage. All right. Now, I am going to play a Beast Whisperer, and he's going to get a roll. I think he would like to be a monster because he loves monsters. It's a Beast Whisperer.
Yeah.
The monster roll gives +1/+1 and trample. I will pass the turn.
I'm going to play a Training Center for turn, and then I'm going to pay 3. Unless you said your mana base was so nice. I think I'd like to have it. I'm going to play this Vidalcan Plotter.
No!
I'm going to exchange control of target land I control and target land an opponent controls. So you can have this very useful to you mountain.
Oh, that's so bad.
I would like that command tower. Thank you.
At least it's pretty.
Yeah. And then this just seems so like everybody's having a great time. I'm going to deal 1 to Airball with the Esper Sentinel.
Hitting Airball's always a good time.
Yeah. I'll pass the turn.
This Vidalcan Plotter is actually pretty devastating for me right here. The command tower is giving me my 2nd white mana and my 2nd green mana, and my hand just has a lot of like color-intensive spells in it, so now I can only cast 1 spell a turn. So this card actually is like setting me so far behind right now.
Shouldn't be provoking the villain like this. I will ravage you all. All right, time to get on the board, I think. We're going to play Karn's Bastion as my land for turn. Just adds colorless, or I can tap it and pay 4 to proliferate, which will help with all my planeswalker-y stuff. And I'm tired of getting hit, so it's time for Nicol Bolas the Ravager. He is 1 in a Grixis for a mouthful. He's a 4/4 flyer. ETB, each opponent will discard a card, and then you can pay 7 to exile him. He returns to the battlefield under his owner's control as a planeswalker with a bunch of text that we'll read if it comes up.
You know what? In response to that, I'm going to pay 1, and I'm going to brainstorm to make sure I have just the perfect thing to discard.
Sure.
So I'll draw 3 and then put 2 back on top. And then we discard. Get rid of an island.
And a swamp.
I'm going to discard a Glimmer Baron, which is probably one of the cutest cards in Magic.
All right, and I'll pass to you.
I'm going to go ahead and start with this Temple of Silence. I'm going to scry 1. Put that on the bottom. Really need an enchantment. I'm going to play another scary card, but keep in mind, guys, there's nothing in my graveyard, and I really don't have anything. So we're going to start with Lurrus of the Dream Den. 3/2 that says each turn I can play a card from my graveyard, a permanent with 2 or less mana cost. It has lifelink. Should I try to hit somebody? How big is your creature, Veggie?
It's a 1/1.
Take 2.
I will take 2.
Pass.
All right, Gilwain is going to assign out some more rolls. I will now play Dawn of Angel. I will draw a card because I have a Beast Whisperer. And now I'm going to give it a roll. I haven't done the sorcerer roll yet, so let's do that. You are a wizard. Whenever a creature dies, if an aura I control was attached to it, I can return target creature with converted mana cost 2 or less from graveyard to hand. So maybe this little guy will come back after all. And it has a wizard roll, and what that does is when this creature attacks, I scry 1. It's actually a sorcerer roll, not a wizard roll, but wizard is a fun word. I will now play a land, which will be Kabira Takedown transformed, and then I will pass the turn.
You have the whole cast now. We have the full Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yep, the play is complete. All the roles are assigned. The director is in the play himself.
Oh, okay, Quentin Tarantino. Y'all need to play more non-creature spells.
I would if I had any enchantments in my hand.
That's true. What if I had one gift for everyone? I'm going to play this island. I'm going to pay 5 for Slicer Hired Muscle. Yeah. 3/4, double strike, haste. And at the beginning of each of your upkeeps, I'm going to give it to you. And you have to attack with it. And it's goated. And you can't sacrifice it. So it's just going to keep going around dealing a little damage. Just not to me. And let's go to combat. I think right now my best attack with Slicer is NerdGirl. So there's a 3/4 double strike for you.
No blocks for me. I'm taking the 6.
All yours. Happy holidays. I'll pass the turn. A gift.
All right. Veggie, you're going to get your card. We're going to pay 5. For one of my favorite Magic cards, we're going to play Sarkhan the Masterless. It's a Planeswalker. Whenever a creature attacks you or a Planeswalker you control, every dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. That's currently 1. It's about to be 2 because his -3 ability says make a 4/4 dragon creature with flying. And his +1 turns all of my Planeswalkers into 4/4 dragons. So that's a problem for down the road.
Well, thanks for the card.
You got it. And the reason you get that card is because I have a tap land to play for turn. So that'll be this Fetid Pools. And I will -3 Sarkhan and make a 4/4 Dargon.
Aw, he's so cute.
And that 4/4 is 4/4 you from Nicol Bolas during combat. And Slicer can't go at you and has to go somewhere. I'm going to send it Melissa's way.
Melissa, take one for the team and try to kill it.
All right, I'll do it. I will block with Gilwayn, and this Dawn Evangel.
Okay, so we'll go to damage. Veggie will take 4, Slicer dies, and I'll assign combat damage first to Gilwayn.
Okay, so this will die.
Mm-hmm.
And when this dies, since an aura was attached to it, I'm going to return Glimmer Bairn to my hand, I believe is where it goes. Let's see. Yes.
And that's it for my turn. I'll pass to you.
That's an aura. I needed that. I don't know what this one does, though. These are so cool because, like, not building it yourself, every time you draw, it's like a little mini present. And also, I don't know what I want to draw because I don't know what's in the thing.
I love playing other people's decks, so I get it.
All right, Veggie, you're going to get to draw a card. I'm going to play Songbird's Blessing. It's an enchant creature aura that says whenever the enchanted creature attacks, I can reveal cards from the top of my library until I reveal an aura card. I may put that card onto the battlefield. If I don't, I can put it into my hand and put the rest in the bottom in a random order. So I'm going to put this into play onto Ariette. I will get to draw a card from Saram. So will Veggie. Missed my land. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to combat. And I'm going to attack Veggie with Ariette just for the 2 commander damage. And when she attacks, I get to start flipping cards for the Songbird. Okay, we found one. Sage's Reverie. I'm going to put the Sage's Reverie onto the Saram. So it's going to get +1/+1 for each aura that I control attached to a creature, currently 2. I also get to draw a card for each aura that I control that's attached to a creature, which is also 2. I won't draw for the Saram, though, because it says cast, and it just comes into play. So I'll draw 2 more cards.
Okay, so I'll just take 2 commander damage.
2 commander.
Okay.
Thankfully, from my card draw, I did hit my land, so I will play the Snowfield Sinkhole. I'll go ahead and move to my end step, and Ariette will finally trigger. Each opponent will lose 2, and I will gain 2.
Don't worry, everybody. I don't have any auras. Plays 1 card that is then all of the auras.
I found one.
And put like 10 non-auras to the bottom.
Right.
I will draw more now.
I will play Veggiewagonyee, the city tree, which is a colorless land. I can pay 4 and tap it to make a 1/1 sapperling in case I run out of creatures. And I think Gilwayn would like to rejoin the play, so I will tap 5 mana for him and summon the casting director. What does he want to be, though? I guess first I'm going to draw a card before I decide, because that is how the rules work. I don't think he's really attacking, so I think he'll just be royal again. So he has the royal roll, which means that he has ward 1. And then I'll tap this Bird of Paradise for Glimmerbairn, and I'll draw a card from Beast Whisperer. This is a 1/2. It says sacrifice a token to give himself +2/+2 until end of turn.
Any token, including rolls.
Yeah, so I will currently have 4 tokens. Does he want to be a wizard? Does he want to be a monster?
He reminds me of Boo, so I feel like monster's appropriate.
Okay. I can't argue with that. He is a monster. Let's see if I want to attack. Oh, I gotta attack Veggie. You have nothing going on. Beast Whisperer will come at Veggie for 3.
All right. And it's got trample anyway because it's a monster. So
It is a monster. Okay. I'll pass the turn.
let's just get him out there. It's Santa Claus, Zedra the Great-Hearted. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of permanents you own that your opponents control, and then I can pay 3 to give you all a gift. I will play a Temple of Triumph and scry 1. No, this card's too good. I'll put it on the bottom. I think I do just have to pass at this point, though.
You don't want to send your X1s at the Dragon Sarkhan board?
I considered it.
All right, so sequencing. First things first, I'm going to plus Sarkhan. He's going to become a Dargon until end of turn. And then I'm going to pay 3 mana for good old Narset, Parter of Veils.
No, my card draw.
Yeah, exactly. Your card draw. She has the wonderful static ability. Each opponent can only draw 1 card per turn. That's going to trigger Esper Sentinel, and she won't be in play for that to happen, but I'll finish reading the card first. She can -2 to look at the top 4 and put a non-creature into my hand.
Pay the 1.
Would you like to pay for Esper Sentinel?
Do it. Do it.
No.
No.
I will draw my 1 card for your turn.
Yes. And then we'll pay a further 3 for the Peregrine Dynamo. It's a 1/5 haste, tap and a 1. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control from another legendary source that is not a commander, and I can choose new targets for the copy. Now let's -2 Narset.
Is Nicol Bolas Krampus?
Who's Krampus?
Do the Canadians not know about Krampus?
I don't know. This Canadian doesn't know about Krampus. Who
It's
is
like
that?
like Bizarro Santa. It's like evil Santa. It's not really, but it's... Actually, now I don't know how to cleanly explain what Krampus is if you don't know what Krampus is. It's like evil monster Santa.
I thought he was like a Yeti
Yeah.
looking guy.
Like Abominable Snowman kind of
Yes,
thing?
but is like very Santa-esque if he were a Yeti and not a good time.
In what way is he like Santa?
In the same way that like Bizarro is Superman,
Does he
but like
give away gifts and ride 4-legged creatures?
probably maybe eats them. I don't know.
Great.
I'm very much at a loss on how to explain this now.
I feel like I know less about Krampus than I did before this conversation started. I'm going to finish resolving Narset. I'm going to reveal to you all that I found Jessica's will. That's going to go to hand. And I'm going to send Sarkhan for 4 in the air over at Melissa.
All right, I can't do anything about that. No flyers over here, so I'll take 4.
And I will pass the turn.
All right. I got to find some answers for some stuff that's going on. So Veggie won't help me kill the planeswalkers, and I can't attack in. So, yeah, Veggie, you're just going to get both of these, and I will trigger the Ariette. Not an aura. All right, we got an aura. Ghoulish Impetus. It is an enchant creature. Gets +1/+1 and has Death Touch and Goad. The enchant creature dies. Ghoulish Impotence enters the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. What do I want to goad? Melissa, do you want Death Touch on any of your things?
Oh yeah, actually that sounds great.
Okay. What would you like Death Touch on?
Maybe
Trampler.
maybe this guy, the Glimmer Baron. It has trample, so that's a combo, and I can make it bigger by sacking tokens.
Great.
Oh.
I will make you.
This little cutie, he's ghoulish now.
Now he's a poisonous monster.
Combo.
I can use him to help take out Narset.
So Veggie, it would be 5 and 2.
Well, I'll block your commander with my commander, and I'll chump Srum with the plotter.
Okay. So we will bounce, and you'll chump. I'm going to play a Cave of Quelos for turn, and I will pay the 1 for the Esper Sentinel, and pay 5 for a Sigil of the Empty Throne. It's an enchantment. This is whenever I cast an enchantment, I create a 4/4 angel creature token with flying and put it onto the battlefield. Then I'm going to move to end step, and I will make each of you lose 3, and I will gain 3 for all of my auras.
Okay. How do I want to deal with this Narset? Because I really want to draw cards. Despite my hand having 7 cards, I just want more of them.
Me too.
Everyone hates Narset so much.
Yes.
I did not feel like I was the
Yep.
threat at all. I was just like, I'm just going to box up here. And
You have Nicobolus and 2 Planeswalkers on board, and you think you're not the threat?
Look, I've played a lot against that enchantments deck over there. Not this one specifically, but just, the enchantments deck, capital E, capital D, and I know what it can do. Okay, I'm looking at NerdGirl's board, and I see an Orzhov value engine threatening to dominate the table. And I look at Melissa's board, and I see a Selesnya value engine threatening to dominate the table, and I feel very behind. And I cast Narset, and everyone comes after me. Am I taking crazy pills? I can't hurt anyone right now.
I'm going to play Archon of the Wild Rose. I will not draw a card,
Oh, no.
sadly. And this card has flying, and my creatures that are enchanted by auras I control have base toughness, power and toughness, 4/4, and have flying. This is going to get a roll. I will make this a royal roll. The Archon will be a princess. Okay, now I think I'll try attacking. So I will have the Glimmer Baron attack Narset. Dawn Evangel and Beast Whisper attack NerdGirl, because your life total's pretty high over there. And Gilwain will attack Veggie. And because one of my guys has a sorcerer roll, I'm going to scry 1. I'll keep this on top.
Okay, so I will not block anything. Narset, it's been nice knowing you.
I can't block anything.
I will not. So I will take 10.
Yes. Yeah,
They're 4/4s
there
plus
are
1.
4/4s with +1/+1, yes.
All right, yeah, so 5, 10, and Narset dead. Okay.
All right, I will now move to my second main phase. I'll play a Gavony Township, which is a colorless land that allows me to pay 4 and tap it to put a 1/1 counter on each creature I control. And a Dreampod Druid. I'll draw a card from Beast Whisper. And Dreampod Druid says at the beginning of each upkeep, if this is enchanted, I create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. And this thing will be enchanted because I'm going to have Gilwain assign a roll to it. I'll do the royal roll again. Ward 1 is nice.
Look, when everyone comes to Bolus to solve this problem, I want you all to remember how you treated him and why he will not save you.
Yeah, just like they did in March of the Machine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
This is why he goes from cute to brute. It's because no one appreciates him. He didn't do anything to anyone.
Narset was stopping me from drawing my own answers. Now that Narset's gone, we are fine.
Everything's fine now.
I bet. It feels like that, yeah.
All right, I'm going to pass the turn, but during Veggie's upkeep, I'm going to make a 1/1 sapperling.
All right, I'm also going to get the Zedru trigger at my upkeep, so you have one of my things. So I'll gain a life and draw a card.
Yep, and I will make the sapperling.
I can help you solve the Melissa problem.
The Melissa problem sounds like a Michael Crichton book. It's like the sequel to Jurassic Park. The Lost World, the Melissa problem.
All right, well, apparently we're playing mean cards. So I'm going to play this Glacial Fortress, and then I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and play this Niv Mizzet Perrin.
I wish we had that Narset in play. That would have been nice to have.
Yeah.
With the Niv Mizzet.
Veggie's tapped out for now.
What, you mean just because whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, I draw a card, and whenever I draw a card, it deals a damage to any target, and the fact that it's 5/5 flyer, so it can finally block some things that are a problem, I would not worry about it. And then I think we're good here. I will pass turn.
Can I get a butt check on the board? How big are people's butts?
I mean,
I don't think the table can support that.
I feel like if there's any butt that this table could support, it's probably mine.
So I will make a token during your upkeep. My largest guy is 5/5, but the Gilder Baron can be very large.
5.
2, 4, and 5 butts.
Okay. I think we need to get this board under control a little bit. We're going to pay 5 for Vronos, Masked Inquisitor. It's a planeswalker. +1, up to 2 other target planeswalkers I control phase out at the beginning of the next end step. -2, for each opponent, return up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls to their hand. -7, target artifact you control becomes a 9/9 construct artifact creature and gains vigilance indestructible, and this creature can't be blocked. Veggie, you're going to get to draw for Esper Sentinel, because I'm not going to pay.
All right, well, I'll draw a card, and I'm going to deal 1 damage to your Birds of Paradise, because that's what I hear people do.
Rip bird.
It had a long life.
All right, and now I will -3 Vronos. For each opponent, I get to return a permanent to their hand. And I'm going to pay the last mana I have to activate the Peregrine Dynamo to double that. So I'm going to bounce 2 things to everyone's hand. Veggie, if I don't bounce your stuff, can I cast you in Michael Crichton's The Melissa Problem
You
as the hero?
Wait a minute.
You certainly can.
I said I was going to help too.
Wait, is everybody ganging up on me now?
Okay, so how about this? How about I will bounce for Nerd Girl. I will bounce the Luris and the Blessing attached to Ariette. For Melissa, I'm going to bounce the Beast Whisperer and the Token Sacrificer that gets really big. For Veggie, I'm going to bounce nothing, and that's it.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What? You're going to let Niv Mizzet stay?
Yep.
And his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Oh my god. Okay, now I'm on Melissa's team.
Oh, okay.
That is unacceptable.
We're playing Two-Headed Giant now.
Yeah.
My Two-Headed Giant has a Niv Mizzet, so I'm okay with that for now. Melissa and Nerd Girl both have huge value engines, and I don't have the tools to deal with them. But I know, because I built Veggie's deck, that his deck does. So if I can leave him in a position where he can still do something to influence the game, then maybe we can take them out together. And I'll go to combat, I'll plus Sarkhan. So my creatures become, or my planeswalkers become dragons. I'm going to send a 4/4 flying Sarkhan dragon at Nerd Girl.
Wow.
And pass.
Just rude. So rude. So Ariette's still in play. That's good, at least. All right, let's just see what I draw. I'm going to go ahead and start with 2 mana, and I'm going to play a Dark Steel Mutation. The enchanted creature is an insect artifact, has a base power and toughness of 0/1. It is indestructible and loses all abilities. Wonder what would be a really good target for that.
A commander.
Yeah, commander would be really cute, but Niv Mizzet.
Will you pay 1 for Esper Sentinel?
I will pay the 1 because we're playing 2 HG. So you do not get to draw. I will get to draw off the Saram, and I will get to also make a 4/4 Angel.
Some of these cards are really good. I'm going to play this Deflecting Swat for free.
Okay.
I would like to swat your Darksteel Mutation onto Ariette.
Okay.
And Niv Mizzet will let me draw a card and deal damage. This is for you, and I'll aim 1 damage at a token.
All right. Goodbye, token.
So I'm going to start with an Angelic Gift. I'm going to put it onto the Saram. Angelic Gift enters the battlefield. I get to draw a card, and the enchanted creature has flying. So I'll get to draw 2, 1 from the gift and 1 from Saram. I will get an additional angel. I'm going to play this Sunlit Marsh for turn, and unfortunately, I think that's what I'm going to do for now. I don't think I have a clean attack on Veggie. Ariette will not trigger during my end step, which is the Sads, and get rid of this Ashiok's Reaper.
I made a Saproling during my upkeep, and I'm going to play this card in my hand. I'm just deciding on what. Maybe it doesn't matter. Everything is a 5/5. So we'll go with this guy. So here's Eidolon of Countless Battles Bestow. So I can play it as an aura. I am playing it as an aura targeting this Dawn Evangel. So this card gets +1/+1 for each creature I control and for each aura I control. That's so big.
I think I know exactly where that's gonna come, and I'm gonna do this now so that you gain a little less life. I am going to pay 1 for white mana and swords your Dawn Evangel. Power. And I will draw a card and blast one more of your Saprolings.
Goodbye, Saproling. All right, so that means this thing is going to resolve as a creature. So with Gilwayn, I'm going to give it a roll, and I think I want it to be a monster because this thing is freaking huge. Then I guess I should just replay the Glimmer Bairn, probably. I'll do it. Here is the Glimmer Bairn, and I'm going to have that also be a monster. So this has trample.
You do have a lethal amount of damage on Veggie.
Sort of. I mean, like, he will block one of these, and I will lose one of my things. Should I do that? We are teammates, so I will trust you.
The extra card draws from Niv Mizzet.
Yeah, also Niv Mizzet is known for going infinite, and we can't have that, right?
That's true. Because I didn't build this deck, so it's possible that we could go infinite.
I did build this deck. It is not possible to go infinite with it.
Okay. I'll still do it, though, because it is the responsible thing to. I will be responsible. None of these are sorcerer rolls, so no scrying. So they're just they're all 5/5s with flying.
Yeah. I will block the Archon with Niv Mizzet and take 10.
Yeah. All right. So I now lost my flying, and I think I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, that turn couldn't have been any better. The Archon and the Niv Mizzet are gone. So now I'm free to just build up my board and take over.
I think I messed up. I should not have lost my Archon. Probably should have not attacked Veggie there, because now I don't have my flyers anymore, and I just kind of lost my offense. During your upkeep, I'll make a Saproling.
Oh, and I will gain 1 life and draw a card. Then draw a card. I'm going to start with an excellent card, and finally something that's bad. A Rainbow Veil. This land taps for 1 colorless, but when you use it, you give it to somebody else. And
Okay.
So, we can pass it around the table, but it is not a good card, and it is a great card.
It is the veggiest card. I was like, that is going in, 100%.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to use that and this to play Hithlane Rope. It can't be sacrificed. You can pay 1 and tap to search for a basic, put it onto the battlefield, and then pass it to the player to your right. Or you can pay 2 and draw a card and pass it to the player to your right. I'm going to get a little insurance here. Pay 3 for a Ghostly Prison. So now you all have to pay 2 per attack. I think I'm just going to have to hope I'm not the biggest problem now that Niv is dead. I will pass the turn, and at the end of turn, this Rainbow Veil is going to head to somebody. Here you go, Airball.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
On end step, I think I want to kill this. So Airball can't continue to double bounce things.
That makes sense.
So on Veggie's end step, we're going to go ahead and cast our own Swords to Plowshares, and we're going to exile it, and you gain life equal to its power, which is not a lot.
You pay Esper.
No, I cannot.
I'll gain 1. Okay. We're going to start here. I'm going to pay 3, and we're going to cast Jessica as well. And I do control a commander, so we're going to get both modes. I'm going to add red mana for each card in target opponent's hand, and then I get to impulse draw 3 from the top of my library. Veggie.
I assume first that you would like to not pay for Esper.
I would actively like to not pay for Esper Sentinel.
I will draw a card.
So that is 7 cards in your hand. I will have 7 floating red mana. And I'll impulse draw 3. We have Interplanar Bacon, Soul Ring, and Jaya's Phoenix. So we have 7 floating red mana, and I hit some lands off of... Or I hit a land off of my impulse draw from Jessica's Will. So now we have a total of 12 mana available. I'm going to use... Well, I guess I will use 1 of the floating mana down to 6 to play this Soul Ring, because why not? And then we'll pay to flip Nicol Bolas the Ravager.
Oh no. Now we have to read what it does.
Now we have to read what it does.
We do. He turns into Nicol Bolas the Arisen. He can +2 to draw 2 cards. He can -3 to deal 10 to target creature or planeswalker. He can -4 to put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. And he can -12 to exile all but the bottom card of target player's library. I will -2 Vronos. The Vronos target for Melissa was the thing that sacrificed tokens and keeps getting bigger. For NerdGirl, I'm going to bounce the Sigil of the Empty Throne. And for Veggie, you've been through enough.
I mean, I think I'm going to die here anyway, so at least I can die with permanence on the board.
Well, we'll see. I'm going to pay the remaining 5 red mana to cast Hour of Devastation. All creatures lose indestructible until end of turn. Hour of Devastation deals 5 damage to each creature and non-bolus planeswalker.
Yes!
Why?
Ariadne's gonna die.
Yeah, sure.
She loses indestructible.
Yeah, I've never seen someone so happy to have their board taken away, but great.
And all of my things die.
All of my planeswalkers except Bolus will die. And my Dargon.
Ariadne's dead. Yes.
All right. And now we have a Nicol Bolas in play. I'm going to +2 Bolus to 9 and draw 2 cards. And I think I've done enough. I will pass to end step, and my instinct is to give it back to you. I don't know if there's any reason you want it under someone else's control.
Not now.
Great, here you go.
Thanks.
Melissa, what are we gonna do with these two?
I'm like in a really bad spot now because my Gilwayne now costs 7, and I don't really have a good distribution of colored lands that I need. I have 1 green source.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna be able to help a ton, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna start with just 3 lands, and we are going to recast an old star from earlier in the game. Lurrus of the Dream Den allows me to play the 2 CMC or less card once per turn. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and choose Saram. We'll play an Exotic Orchard for turn. And I'm going to go ahead and play a Gift of Immortality onto the Lurrus of the Dream Den. This says whenever the enchant creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Return Gift of Immortality to the battlefield attached to that creature at the beginning of the next end step. So that'll be on to Lurrus. I will also get to draw a card from Saram Edificer for the casting of an aura. Hopefully that is enough to help get me back in the game. Go for it.
I do feel bad that you now have so little, Melissa. So at the end of NerdGirl's turn, I'm going to pay 2. I'm going to activate Hythalian Rope. I'm going to draw a card and pass this to you before you untap.
I appreciate that. That's great. Thank you so much. I'm just going to play out some stuff.
Your planeswalkers were always the problem.
I killed my planeswalkers because you were the problem.
Me?
You, the royal you. You're the 2-headed giant. Like, literally the royal you.
I mean, actually, I feel stronger now after you blew up the board, now that I have Ariette back. Honestly.
I'm going to play Catilda. This thing has flying, lifelink, protection from vampires. Power and toughness equal to the number of permanents I control that are spirits or enchantments. This is a 1/1. And then I'm going to play an Ornithopter of Paradise. And then I'll use the rope. Sadly, I don't have a choice here. No, actually, I'm fine with this. We're friends. You get this rope now.
I feel like our friendship has ended so quickly.
No, you got the rope. We're still friends.
I was contractually obligated to give you this gift, yeah.
And I am done.
I'm going to play this Sulphur Falls, my land for turn. Then I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a Mana Geyser.
Oh, no.
There you are.
So thanks to that Hythalian Rope, we're going to get a little extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 mana.
Now I'm trying to remember the deck list and think about what's coming next.
21 mana. I'm going to pay 6 to recast Zedru. And then I'm going to pay 3 for a Jeska's Will.
Uh-huh.
So I believe the most cards in hand is 6. So I'm going to add 6 mana to go back to 21. And here are my top 3. Farewell, Spectator Seating, and a Plains. That is actually not real good. I needed that to be a little better. I really need that to be a little better. I will pay 2 mana for a Talisman of Creativity, which doesn't make white, so I still can't play Farewell. Okay, well, I gotta do stuff to keep me alive. This is not really how I wanted to use this, but I'm going to pay 1, 2, and 4 more for a cultural exchange.
Oh, God.
This is going to get real weird because I have to give away Zedru to find a blocker that does a little bit more. I can choose any number of creatures target player controls and then choose the same number of creatures another player controls, and we exchange those. That Catilda is not bad for me with it life linking and getting bigger from enchantments that I will have. So I think this is the strange thing that happens. You can have Zedru.
Oh, this is
I would
sweet.
like Catilda.
And I actually have a permanent that I own but don't control.
Right.
So this is excellent.
I'm here to help. Giving Melissa Zedru seems bad, but I think she's threat number 1 right now and is likely to be taken out pretty quickly. And then I just get Zedru back. And I think 15 mana is just going to waste away.
No.
Because of this sadness, I will pass the turn, and then the Rainbow Veil, I think, does now need to skip Airball. Please don't kill me.
All right. So we untap with a Bolus, 6 cards, and a Dream. All right. I'm going to +2 Bolus and draw 2. Pay 2, 3, 4, 4. The card I kept way back at the beginning of the game, I couldn't help but keep on top. It is the Chain Veil. 4 mana artifact. Beginning of your end step, if you didn't activate a loyalty ability of a Planeswalker, you lose 2 life. But the more important part, 4 in a tap. For each Planeswalker you control, you get to activate them an extra time this turn. 1, 2, for a Rakdos Signet. And then we'll pay the remaining 4 mana that I have to disrupt Decorum and goad all creatures I don't control.
Oh no. I was definitely going to attack that Bolus, but now I am not allowed to.
That is exactly right. That's what Disrupt Decorum does. Goad all creatures you don't control. They can't attack me, and they got to attack other stuff. And I'll pass to NerdGirl.
Oh no. I really want that Nicol Bolas dead. And the first thing I can do is I will pay 2 to recast the Angelic Gift out of my graveyard. It's going to give a creature flying, and I will get to draw 2 cards, 1 from the Saram and 1 from the Angelic Gift. My land for turn will be a Hall of Heliod's Generosity, which is a good, good card.
That's a good counter for the Bolus. That puts it on top, right? It puts enchantments on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have 2 cards in library.
So you won't die?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. At first I thought you meant, how does this kill I was super confused.
That just means you're probably not going to be the one targeted with Bolus. It'll be probably me.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and just recast my commander, Ariette. This land will go to Melissa, because I'm
Yay.
hoping that she can find an answer.
I hope so.
Oh, no.
That's extra Zedru.
Yeah, it's less Zedru now.
Oh, no. Oh.
No, it would be good if you
Oh,
had Zedru, but...
Oh, no, it only refers to permanents that she owns. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you are the villain, and I will just go ahead and
I outsmarted you eons ago.
play Killian Ink Duelist. He's a 2/2 lifelinker with menace, and spells I cast that target a creature cost 2 less. And now I need to go to combat. Okay, so I guess I have to attack a Melissa. I'm sorry, friend.
Oh, it's okay. I'm at very high life. So I'll just take 5 then.
And I will gain 3, 4, 5. And then I'll move to my end step, and everybody will lose life based on auras, which maybe I should have just killed Veggie, but it's going to be, 2 auras. And I will take 1 for the team and not give Airball the rope.
All right.
Okay.
During my upkeep, I will gain 1 life and draw 1 card with Zedru. Then I will draw 1 for turn. And I hate everything.
Merry
I'll
Christmas.
play a Plains. My best plan is to play Gilwayn. He will get a roll, which will be... He wants to be a monster. He's angry. He's a monster now. He's coming to get everyone. This Glimmer Baron is also a monster. This is also very angry. And then I will go to combat and attack Veggie, because I have to attack somebody. And I have the mana, so I will pay the 2 for the Ghostly Prison. Coming at you for 2.
Oh,
But you gain 2 life.
that's not nice.
But you gain 2 life. This is great.
I'll block.
Okay. So this will go to my graveyard. And I will pass the turn. And the Rainbow Veil will go to NerdGirl.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and play Perplexing Chimera. Yes, this reaction is appropriate. It's a 3/3. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may exchange control of Perplexing Chimera and that spell. If you do, you can choose new targets for the spell.
The nightmare card. We played this on Spell Table, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have had this in my deck. And then I ran it over to Veggie's room to put on the board.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for me. So play something good, please. Pass the turn.
All right. Let's start here. Let's start by plussing Nicol Bolas up to 13.
Hold on to your butts.
Lucky 13. Oh.
Gosh dang it.
Okay, if this maths out, this is going to be an absolutely sick turn. I'm going to cast the Eldest Reborn. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker on Chapter 1. Chapter 2, each opponent discards a card. Chapter 3, reanimate creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield. So, Veggie.
Well, I kind of have to take it.
Okay.
So I will exchange control of the Chimera and this spell.
So there's an Eldest Reborn for you. That will resolve. I will sacrifice the Chimera, and each of you sacrifice a creature
Killian.
or planeswalker.
I will sack Zedru. You served me well.
All right. Now we'll go ahead and play 1, 2, and 3 for Rings of Brighthearth. Whenever you activate an ability, if it isn't a mana ability, pay 2. If you do, copy that ability and choose new targets for that copy. Now I just have to do the boring thing. That's annoying. Okay, fine. We're going to go ahead and pay 2 for a Baleful Strix, Flying Death Touch, ETB, draw a card. And I'll pay 2 for a Talisman of Creativity. And I'll pay for a Thrumming Bird. 1/1 flyer. Deals damage to a player, proliferate. And that's going to have to be where I leave it. I'll pass.
So now we're looking at 2 players dead on your next turn. Or pretty much dead.
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to start by just tapping 5. I'm going to recast my Sigil of the Empty Throne. I'm going to go ahead and pay 2 to recast Killian from my graveyard with Luris's ability. It'll allow me to target creatures for 2 less. I am going to go ahead and just pay the 2, and I'm going to recast the Songbird's Blessing. It just allows me to get auras for free off the top of my library. I will cast it onto Saram, and I'll draw a card. I'll also go ahead and get an Angel from the Sigil. Never giving that to Airball. And I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to only attack Nicol Bolas with the Saram. And when I do, I will get to flip until I hit an aura and put that into the battlefield. Ooh.
Okay.
Angelic of Destiny is a good one. I will go ahead and put it onto the Saram. It will give it first strike, so that way it's safe from the Baleful Strix. Just softening the way for Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa, both of your things trample, right?
They do, yeah. They're angry.
All right, so the Thrumming Bird is going to jump under the Saram bus.
All right. I will tap my Exotic Orchard for a Soul Ring. I'll also play a Restless Fortress, and I'm going to move to my end step. The only thing that's going to happen is Ariete will trigger, and each opponent will lose 4, and I will gain 4. Sorry, Veggie.
You're going to sacrifice one of your auras now, right?
Am I allowed to?
No.
I might have if I could.
I don't know what the elves have been doing because I didn't have any gifts to give away. And now getting to look through the full deck list, there are so many fun things I could have given. 9 lives, Illusions of Grandeur. I think I'm just going to go back to playing decks where all of the cards are bad.
All right, I'm going to go, and I think I need to math for a second, actually.
Unacceptable.
I'll play in a Johnny's Chosen, I'll do the monster roll again. Here's a monster roll. When the enchantment comes in, I'll make a cat token. And then I'll play a Beast Whisperer, and I'll give it a monster roll as well, and make another cat token. So 2 monster rolls, 2 cat tokens, and I think I'm going to pass here.
All right. I'm going to play this Polluted Delta and crack it right away. I'll find this swamp. My swamp.
Wrong character. Flavor fail.
Not my gumdrop swamp.
I love when the Grinch says that.
The Krampus.
Yeah. Yeah, Krampus is just Christmas Shrek.
All right. Black, red. And I'll pump the Talisman's Colorless into the Interplanar Bacon.
That sounds delicious.
It's the best bacon on this plane and every other plane. And we'll use that mana to cast Nicol Bolas Dragon God. Off the Interplanar Bacon, I will gain 1 life. So Nicol Bolas Dragon God has the loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers on the battlefield. +1, draw a card. -3, destroy target creature or planeswalker. -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game.
Oh.
And I don't think that there's actually a way. From what I want to do is I want to kill Lil Wayne, and then I want to get Bolas up to enough to ultimate to kill Melissa, and still have enough left over to get the other Nicol Bolas to exile most of your library. I don't think that's going to be possible. I will activate the Chain Veil, and so I can activate both of these planeswalkers twice. So first I'm going to plus Nicol Bolas Dragon God for 2, using Nicol Bolas the Arisen's ability to draw 2 cards. Base at 6, I'll draw 2. Land, great. And then I will go ahead and -4 Nicol Bolas Dragon God, using Nicol Bolas the Arisen's ability to put creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. That's going to be Vronos. We met him earlier. I'll go ahead and -2 Vronos to bounce the Rom. And I'll also bounce Lil Wayne.
He's just going to come back angrier.
We might as well plus this Nicol Bolas for the first time up to, he was at 13. We'll plus him up to 15. Draw 2 more. And then we're going to -12 this Nicol Bolas down to 3.
Not me. Melissa's the problem. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
wow.
I'm just kidding.
The spirit of Christmas.
So Melissa apparently can already kill me.
So it's got to be me, right?
So if I hit Melissa, then she gets 1 more turn to swing out, and that will basically leave me dead. So I'm going to exile all but the top card of NerdGirl's library.
Wow. Crazy.
Okay, goodbye, library. You are going into the exile pile. And I will have 1 baby card on the bottom. Be a good one.
Oh.
And I'm just going to leave this Baleful Strix home and try to keep myself alive and pass.
The island of misfit toys just got to home on a lot more people.
Before my draw step, I'm going to use the Hall of Heliod. I'm going to put on top the Angelic Destiny onto the top of my library. And then I'm going to go to my draw step. I'm going to tap only 2 for the Angelic Destiny. It's going to give +4/+4 flying first strike and is an angel in addition to its other types. And I'm going to put it on the Killian, actually, so I can get some life. I'll also get a Summoning Sick Angel. Yeah, I think I'm going to be, like, dead either way. So, Melissa, you know,
no.
I've got some flyers. You don't, right? You got 1 flyer?
Yep, just the Ornithopter of Paradise.
I'm here to get some work done. So we're going to come in with all of my flying creatures to you. That'll be 11 damage.
Yep, I'll take 11.
I'll gain 11. Just for a blocker, I'll pay 1 for a Hateful Eidolon and pass the turn. Hopefully I have enough defense. When I pass, I will go ahead and get some aura triggers here. Everybody will lose 3. I will gain 3.
All right. Now, can Melissa kill both of us?
I do have to do a lot of counting. I'm sorry. But we can figure this out together. How about that? I'm going to tap 8 mana and play a Craterhoof Behemoth. So I have 7 creatures. So the Craterhoof is going to give +7, so it's 49 just on this trigger. And then for the rest of it, it's an additional 18. So 49 plus 18, 67. Okay, everything is coming at NerdGirl. 67 damage. You can figure out how to block. I have no idea.
So I think I live, but only just. And none of my creatures will die that have auras. So I have a land that I can activate. So for 4 mana, we will get a 1/4, which should give me 18 points of butt plus 1 point of lifelink. So I should have 19 points that I can prevent.
Okay, if that is how the math works out, then I believe you.
So all of your stuff is huge. I will just throw everything under a bus willy-nilly.
And then I will sack 3 tokens to give +2/+2 each to this one. So it should be an additional +3 damage because it's -3 plus 6.
Yep, so that puts your what was 27 points of damage to now, or I'm sorry, 67 points of damage to now 70 points of damage,
Oh my God.
which kills me by -1 extra. So 2 extra points, and I will die in a blaze of glory.
Yep. So this guy did save the day, the Glimmer Baron, this little weird child in a Halloween costume.
Oh man, I thought I had enough blockers left that I could.
You did have a lot of blockers, but Craterhoof he's a tough one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have nothing else to do, so I will pass the turn and hope that I don't die. Okay, I need to play this Craterhoof now. I know I have enough to kill NerdGirl. I don't know if I'm going to die to Airball or not, but I definitely can't beat NerdGirl, so I have to kill her here.
Let's start like this. The first thing I'm going to do is activate the Chain Veil to give my Planeswalkers an extra activation. And with that trigger on the stack, I'm going to activate the rings to double the Chain Veil activation. So we're going to get 3 activations for all of my Planeswalkers. That is important because I need to plus this Nicol Bolas the Arisen up to 5 to draw 2 cards, whatever. With the second activation, I can -4 to bring back the one, the only, Sarkhan the Masterless. Sarkhan is one that we met earlier. I'm just going to plus him immediately up to 6, and all of my creatures, all of my Planeswalkers, excuse me, are going to become 4/4 dragons. We're going to go to combat, and we're going to swing for 12 in the air at Melissa.
With Bolas.
With Bolas.
All right, well, I got nothing. GG.
Boo.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle. The villain wins.
A Krampus.
Krampus.
So I really like the deck that Veggie built for me. The Wilds of Eldraine Precon is an enchantment deck. It's looking to just like play creatures, pump them, make them super big. And then the Gilwayn deck, it just does an entirely different thing. It's more looking to spam the board with tokens. So it's pretty interesting. I really like the inclusion of the Glimmer Baron. That card was really fun. So great job, Veggie. Thank you.
Okay. I'll draw.
Wait, this is. Oh, why did I think I was next?
Because you're a cheater.
Why do I think it goes this way all of a sudden?
Wait. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does go that way. I'm a cheater. I'm trying to give Veggie another gift.
Very confused.
Veggie's the cheater.
I tried, Veggie. Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
I was really confused for
Yeah.
a minute, but
E-
we
even from-
usually do go this
I'm,
way. Yeah.
I'm just used to always passing to my opponent across the table.
Right.
And then
What?
when you backed Veggie up, I was like, maybe I am wrong. Like, where?
I
What
don't,
is
yeah,
happening?
even from the die roll, I was like, oh, good, I'll go second. I don't know. Ultimate Guard is the industry leader in MTG accessories. We love their stuff, and we know you will too. Make sure to use the link in the description so they know that we sent you.
I'm really happy with the gift Melissa gave me. This Ariete deck was a ton of fun to play, and I think I had a pretty solid board state and was well positioned to win, but Melissa needed to deal 69 points of damage, and she had it. Nice.
I wanted to make a deal with NerdGirl, and that was a mistake. All right.
Okay. Ways to kill Airball.
Are you writing that book?
It sounds like a good book. Hammy, stop. Hamlet. You think we can hear Hammy?
Coolstuffinc is the best place to pick up anything from sealed product to singles. Make sure to use our code MNG5 for 5% off your order.
And if you need a little deck building inspiration, head on over to the #1 deck building site, EDHRec. They've got all the synergies to match your budget and style.
Well, that's a wrap. I don't think my presence at this table was really felt, and please don't tell Santa that I casted Niv Mizzet.
So when I started designing the Wilds of Eldraine decks, I wasn't a huge fan of Sir Gilwayn because I just thought it was super mechanical. It's just like you play creatures and you just like choose from 3 very trinkety abilities, and it just didn't really feel very like commandery to me. It just felt like a very like complex mechanical card. But other playtesters at Wizards loved this card. They were like, "What are you talking about? This is great. He's telling everybody what to do in the play. This is awesome." And like they just really loved the flavor of this card. So like even though I wasn't really super into it, everybody loved it. So I just like kept the card in the file and we just went with it, and that's it. That's pretty much the story.
After a game where every combo I wanted to pull off was off by 1 mana or 1 permanent or 1 card, it feels great to kill with exact lethal with 3 attacking planeswalker dragons that came out of nowhere. Merry Christmas.
If you would like to support the show more directly and help keep this weekly, head on over to our Patreon where you can unlock exclusive perks like signed tokens every month from the guests and our cast, spell table games with us, and even submit deck lists for us to play here on the show.
And of course, if you liked the episode, click like, and if you really liked it, hit subscribe. That's all for today. We'll see you next time on
Decked Out.